and bolt. Sign of the time we elapse when a primate climb up a spine and attach. Eye for an eye, but a bug life swamps and vines. They get a rise out of frogs and flies. So when a dog fights hog-tied prize, sort of close to life. The mouse water on a fork and knife, and the allure isn't right. No score on a war-torn beach where the cash cow's actually beef. Blood turns wine when a leak for police. Like that's not a riot, it's a feast. Let's eat.
And I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cat. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like none shall pass.
To the rowboat, caught a blitz, how he spoke to a no-dose, motor on the fritz, cause he wouldn't play a role or fetch like a bitch, and express no regrets, though he isn't where the homeowner's pissed at the jokers who posed by the glitz. Sign of the swine and the swarm, when a king is a whore who comply and conform, miles outside of the eye of the storm, with a siphon, a lure, and a prize and award, while avoiding the violent bazaar that is violence and war. True blue triumph is more like wait, let it snake up out of the centerfold, let it break the walls of Jericho, ready go, sat where the old cardboard city folks swap tails with heads like every other penny.
And I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cat. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like none shall pass. None shall pass. None shall pass.
Tried to trick you. You've got a lot of nerve. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to help.
Okay, woke to a grocery list. Goes like this: duty and death. Anyone object, come stand in the way. You could be my little Snake River Canyon today. And I ran with a chain of commands and a jetpack strap with a backstab lands if I can. Sign of the vibe in the crowd when I cut a belly open to find what climb out. With a bit of gusto, we must erupt to make a dark horse rush like enough's enough. It must have struck a nerve, so they huff and puff. The Lord of Kings men fluster and clusterfuck, and it's a beautiful thing. To my people who keep an impressive wingspan, even when the cable will shrink, you gotta pull up the intruder by the root of the weed and march you through the machine.
And I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cat. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like none shall pass. Shall pass.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help.
Hard to admit that I used to draw portraiture in a human form, doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing, moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and a muse from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, stews in a bedroom, booze in a brand new uniform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone out to the yap of the magpie. Unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight. Black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you do, being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod. Distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light. I left some will, the spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. When about a thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky, it's
Shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face. Stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was blooming addiction, a miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil ever linen. Joy to the poison, voice to the resin. Capture a map of the gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studio strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right. Or a torso hung on a warping spine in proportion. Reads as warm and alive. Routine day with a dirt cheap brush. Then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then 2, then 3, then a month. And the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury your life. I let my means of being dissolve. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials of the anti-Midas. Snap on the back lawn, look up in the sky, it's
shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
I'm getting sick and tired of never understanding. Where is the truth you promised?
question. If I died in my apartment like a rat in a cage, would the neighbors smell the corpse before the cat ate my face? I used to floss the albatross like daddy came with the chain. I'm trying to jettison the ballast with the hazardous waste. The kid is comfortably numb, routine a tedious crutch. Steep in a self-imposed Stockholm and Lima and flux. Maybe an occupation